Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. January is the time for goal setting, and if you want to achieve the goals you've set for yourself, our next guest has mind hacks to snap your brain into success mode. Here with more, we welcome back neuroscientist Dr. Nicole Tetreault. It is so nice to see you. Happy January.
Happy January.
We're about halfway through the month, and I think this is about the time a lot of people fall off with those well-intentioned resolutions, right?
Exactly. And I always talk about it as intentions because when we set these, it's really important that they're specific, easy to and attainable, and that they're very clear. So for example, so many people want to start exercising in the new year. And the most important thing is make sure it's something you want to do. So for example, like I'm not going to lift weights, right? In the new year, that's just not a mode that I would really like. So I would choose something like walk for 20 minutes a day, do it in my neighborhood, and choose it to be at the same time. And then you get that real achievable and attainable goal.
And that helps you with consistency too, right? If you build that habit into part of your routine, that's going to set you up for keeping it in your daily life for much longer.
Exactly. The more that you can do something where it's consistent and it's at the same time every day, that habit really happens. Habits form between, 28 days all the way to 300 days, depending on their difficulty. The average is 66 days. So the more that you get that routine every single day, the easier it is.
Well, and tell me about expecting tests, challenges, hiccups along the way. We're not going to be perfect the entire month, the entire year. So we got to move past those hurdles when they come up.
Absolutely. Tests are going to be there because that's the way the world is. So you have to think about it in your brain. Like, say you buy a brand new red car, and all of a sudden you're seeing red cars everywhere. The same thing happens when you're goal setting, right? You have that goal, and all of a sudden you see these factors of resistance come up. And when those factors of resistance come up, the biggest thing is that is your brain reorganizing and saying, hello, it's in your awareness, and you're really capable to make this change.
Tell me about using our own vision and imagination as a tool to kind of see that future success coming into our world.
The more that we can see that future goal and embody it, it's almost rehearsing, right? So we have that happen in our mind where we can imagine where we're sitting when we achieve that goal. We imagine what we're wearing, maybe what the weather is like. And when you have that vision happening, all of a sudden you get those tiny little neural connections rehearsing and starting those new neural patterns. And a new study just came out showing that when we think about something, and especially if it's in a positive setting, it changes within our brain within 3 seconds, like that rapidly. And so they've shown that people who can imagine having a positive encounter with somebody else, the next time that they actually see them, they have a positive encounter because they rehearsed imagining that in their mind.
That is so huge. So what about, speaking of, these tribulations that come up along the way, what about adjusting and reframing these goals if you just find this path that you're on isn't really working out the way that you thought that it would?
Exactly, right? So sometimes we set a goal and we're like kind of off the bullseye and we have to get it more aligned. That's if I were to say, again, I'm going to start exercising. I start lifting weights for 1 or 2 days and I'm like, no way. And that's where I have to come back and readjust and say, okay, I don't really enjoy lifting weights, but I do love walking. So let me shift. And that's more in alignment with my normal values and goals of being able to achieve something every day.
And making sure we celebrate the small wins, right? You've got to give yourself credit for doing this good new habit as many days as you have been able to do it and not focus on the one day that you missed.
Exactly, right? Sometimes we take for granted that we're already doing something and we're like, I did 10 days in a row, but I missed that one day, and we focus on missing. And really, 10 days is successful and we've built that neural network. So really celebrate that wins and the level of wins that you have throughout the year.
What about keeping it light and having a sense of humor with yourself? Can that kind of help you get to the finish line of this process?
Why can't you have a goal just to have more fun in your life? Why does it have to always be so serious, right? When you're thinking about achieving things, we're meant to be in this world and be happy. So if you could choose things that are going to increase your happiness and allow for that, you kind of create those positive neurochemicals happening, like oxytocin, vasopressin, that I talk about so much, where you get that reward happening. And on top of it, you get those positive emotions associated with it, gratitude and joy, and you can really enjoy the process rather than taking it all so serious.
Yeah, that's such a more positive framework to think about it from. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's always so fun chatting with you.
Thank you, and good luck with all your goals this
Yes,
year.
thank you so much. Okay, we will have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.